download and install XAMPP package, which is used for creating MySQL database. To communicate with database, we required corresponding drivers, and these drivers will be downloaded from the Maven repository by searching MySQL connector for Java. After installing XAMPP, run the XAMPP and start the Apache. Check whether this background of the word Apache becomes green or not. If it is green, then Apache is running properly. Similarly, run the MySQL, then click on the admin button, so it will open the MySQL database. We'll create one database inside the MySQL. Click on the database or click on new. Assign the name for the database. So we'll assign name like student DB. Click on create. Now inside student database we need to create different tables. I will create with a roll number and name. Initially we'll go with only 2 columns. Click on go. Now we will assign name to the columns of a student detail table. So student roll number, which is integer of length, some length should be assigned by you. Length is optional. Then go for student name, which is a varchar, and length is 15 or something like that, and then just click on save. So it will create a table. Now the table name is displayed over here like student details, and there are 2 columns. Those are nothing but student roll number and his name. You can click on browse so that it will run the select stars from student details. Now as there are no record, it is displaying nothing. So this is how we can create a database and a table inside a MySQL. Now we'll access or we'll communicate with this particular database using the JSP. After creating the database, we need to create a JSP project. If you don't know how to create a JSP project and how to run it, then visit the link given in the description and go through the video. Create a dynamic web project with the name JSPDB demo. Once the JSP project is created, right click on the project and click on build path, select configure build path. Click this library tab and select the class path and try to add the external jar file, which is nothing but the SQL connector which we have downloaded. So add that MySQL connector for Java. Click on apply. Similarly, search for deployment assembly and again click on add. Click the Java build path entry, select the MySQL and click on finish. So add the MySQL connector for Java in the web deployment assembly. Now create a JSP page for HTML form. Here we are going to create a simple HTML form. Action. Now this action is JSP page which we are going to create for storing the database. Now add 2 text boxes for roll number and another one for put br over here. So name on the next line. After this, create a JSP page. Now add the JSP code here for saving the data. So integer variable, integer request dot get parameter. Name of the text box is roll number, so just copy and paste it over here. And another one, string variable for student name. Now create a string for driver name. This is name of the SQL driver, so it is com.jdbc.cj.driver. It is over here. Okay, so you are just creating com.mysql.cj.jdbc driver. That is the name of the driver. Also create a string of URL. This is the URL of your database. Now database is a resource, so we'll access it using protocol jdbc:/mysql, and the server name in this case is a local host. Port is 3306. XAMPP control panel. Look at here, MySQL has a port number 3306, so I will use it over here. Then name of the resource, student database name, so student db. So I will write student db over here. So this is what the URL. Now after this I will create a try block. Of course I need catch also, so I will add that also. Now coming back to this try block, the very first step is load the driver. Okay, for that we have class dot for name method, wherein we will pass the name of the driver. After doing this, the second step is creating the connection. So I will write connection. Now choose the connection from java.sql. Okay, once you double click this, it will automatically add the java.sql.connection over here. So connection con is equal to driver manager. Again look at this, it will automatically add it. So driver manager dot URL is already specified over here. Then we need to pass the username, and it is root in my case. and the password is blank, the default setting of MySQL. After creating connection, we are going to create a statement. So create statement, java.sql statement interface, statement stmt is equal to con dot create statement. And once you create the statement, we need to write the SQL query. So for that, we create one variable of string SQL, insert into our table name is student details, values, and there are two values. First is roll number, so I will this roll number, and another one is a string. So I need to pass second value, which is comma separated value. So I will comma, then there are single quotes, double quotes, plus, and assign the student. Anyway, now once you create the SQL statement, execute this SQL statement using the statement execute update query. Execute update query is used for executing the create, delete like statement. It will generally updates the number of rows, and hence it has a return type number of rows affected in integer. So we create a variable number of rows affected, which is equal to stmt dot execute update, and SQL is the query which we are going to fire on the database. If number of rows affected is not equal to 0, then ultimately our database record is inserted. So we'll write system dot out dot print value inserted, else not inserted. And remember, this is fourth step. So we'll save the project and we'll run it. To display the record, create one more JSP page. Do remember to call that on this. Now again we require the driver name and URL, so just copy this code. Now just import these interfaces and classes which are required. As we are going to fire the select query, so just change this. we require to use the execute query method, which always returns a result set instance. Now as a result set is generated, we need to print this result set on our HTML page. For that we'll write a while loop inside a table. So create a table tag over here. Now put the while loop here. While rs dot next, there's an opening bracket. Now close this opening bracket, and inside table there will be a table row, and inside table row there will be table data, which is coming from the rs dot get int, and name of the column student roll number. Just make the copy paste, but the second one is the string, so replace here with the get column, that is student name. And after that just close the result set and connection, save the project and run it.